April, 32 games played, 6 games left, and sitting in 18th place is Tottenham Hotspur. Let that sink in. Not a newly promoted side, not a club expected to struggle. Tottenham Hotspur, a club that was once considered part of the elite, now staring directly into the abyss of relegation. This isn't just a poor run of form. This isn't just injuries. This isn't just one bad season. This is a complete collapse. Because football doesn't forget where you were, and where Tottenham were was at the very top table of European football. 2019, Champions League final, the entire world watching, the biggest stage in club football, Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. That night, they walked out as equals. Maybe not favorites, but equals. They belonged. They had built something real, a team with identity, a team with chemistry, a team that felt like it was only going one direction: up. And it wasn't just a one-off. Go back even further. A title race, a genuine title race, pushing all the way, finishing second, not by luck, not by accident, but because they were one of the best teams in the league. They had players in their prime. They had momentum. They had belief. And then, fast forward. Just last season, a new manager comes in, a fresh start, new ideas, new energy. The fans are back on side. The football is exciting again. And at the end of it all, a trophy, the Europa League, proof that Tottenham weren't finished, proof that maybe, just maybe, this club had finally turned the corner. So how does a club go from that to this? 32 games played, 7 wins, 9 draws, 16 losses, 40 goals scored, 51 conceded, negative goal difference, and sitting in the relegation zone with 6 games left and everything slipping away. This didn't happen overnight. This wasn't sudden. This was slow, gradual, almost invisible at first. Because while fans were celebrating moments, lifting trophies, watching big nights under the lights, the foundations of the club were quietly breaking beneath them, crack by crack, decision by decision, year by year, until eventually it all came crashing down. It starts at the top, because in football, everything starts at the top. For years, Tottenham fans have been saying the same thing: the ownership, the board, the direction of the club. We're not being run properly. And what did everyone else say? You're overreacting. You spend money. You're a big club. Stop complaining. But now everyone sees it. Now everyone understands, because hindsight doesn't lie. Tottenham weren't building something sustainable. They weren't building to compete with the very best. They were maintaining, balancing books, taking calculated risks, trying to be the smartest club in the room. But here's the truth about football: you don't outsmart it forever. Eventually, it catches up to you. And nowhere is that clearer than in recruitment, because recruitment is everything. It defines your ceiling. It defines your identity. It defines your future. And Tottenham got it wrong. Not once, not twice, but consistently. Look at where they went shopping. Not at the very top, not at clubs competing for titles, but at teams fighting relegation, mid-table sides, clubs just trying to survive. Brennan Johnson, Richarlison, James Maddison, Dominic Solanke, Vicario. Again, good players, talented players, but not elite. Not difference makers at the highest level. Not players who drag you into title races or carry you through difficult moments. And here's the uncomfortable truth that Tottenham fans have had to face: you become what you sign. If you sign elite players, you become elite. If you sign survivors, you become one. And Tottenham have become exactly that, a team fighting to survive. But it goes deeper than transfers, because what we're seeing now is a complete loss of identity. What is Tottenham? What do they stand for? How do they play? What is their style? There was a time when you could answer that instantly. Now, silence. Watch them play. There's no confidence, no cohesion, no structure, no belief. When they go behind, heads drop. When things get difficult, they crumble. And in a relegation battle, mentality is everything. And right now, Tottenham don't have it. The stadium, one of the best in the world, a symbol of ambition, a symbol of growth, a symbol of where the club wanted to go. But now, it feels different. The atmosphere is changed. The energy is changed. There's frustration. There's anger. There's tension. Fans booing players. Players looking disconnected. A divide between the pitch and the stands. And when that happens, it spreads. It affects performances. It affects confidence. It affects everything. And if you're watching this and thinking, how did it actually get this bad? Trust me, it gets even worse. But before we go deeper, if you're enjoying the video and you want more content like this, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, because we're breaking this all the way down. This is no longer about tactics. This is no longer about formations. This is about culture. For years, Tottenham have tried to take shortcuts, tried to be efficient, tried to be clever, spend less, gain more. But football doesn't reward that forever. You can delay the consequences, you can mask the cracks, you can ride momentum, but eventually, the reality hits you. And when it does, it hits hard. And that's where Tottenham are now, facing the consequences of years of decisions, years of compromises, years of almost, but not quite. Look at the dressing room. Where are the leaders? Who is stepping up? Who's dragging this team forward? In moments like this, you need personalities. You need fighters. You need players who refuse to go down. But what we're seeing instead is hesitation, uncertainty, a lack of direction. And that's why this feels different, because some teams go down fighting, some teams go down with pride, but this feels like a slow surrender. And here's the irony of it all. Tottenham are not a small club, far from it. They are one of the richest clubs in the world. They have world-class facilities, a global fan base, commercial power, everything a modern football club could dream of. Everything, except a team that matches it. From Champions League nights to the very real possibility of championship football, from competing with the best to struggling against the rest, from ambition to survival. It sounds unbelievable. It sounds dramatic. It sounds like something that shouldn't happen. But football doesn't care about reputation. Football doesn't care about history. Football doesn't care about your stadium, your revenue, your brand. It only cares about what you do on the pitch. And right now, Tottenham are failing. 6 games left. 6 chances to change everything. 6 chances to save themselves. But based on what we've seen so far, do they have it in them? Do they have the fight? Do they have the belief? Do they have the quality? Because if they don't, this won't just be a bad season. This will go down as one of the biggest collapses in Premier League history. Tottenham Hotspur, a club that was once part of the Big Six, a club that once looked like the future, now on the brink. And the scariest part, relegation might not fix this. It might expose even more problems. It might make things worse, because rebuilding from the championship is not easy. Just ask the clubs who never made it back. This could change everything. So the question is this the biggest collapse we've ever seen? And if Tottenham go down, can they recover? Or is this the moment everything truly falls apart?